Hi friends! I'm in Bangkok today, and as you may know, I finished the JLPT N4 exam last week, so I definitely need some new books to study from. In my hometown, we don't really have a Japanese bookstore, so I can't really buy Japanese books there. And the bookstores in Düsseldorf and also buying the books on Amazon is really expensive because sometimes you pay double or triple the price the books would cost in Japan because of the import, etc. So I'm really happy that I'm able to buy books today at Kinokuniya, which is a Japanese bookstore chain, and they sell books to really low prices. So you pay almost the same as you would pay in Japan for those books. So I'm really happy to get some new books today, and I also want to go stationery shopping. So I will take you guys with me, and I will also do a little haul at the end. So let's go! Friendship never ends. Nice. Nice. But it's not for tickets, it's obviously we have to. After 7 hours of stationery shopping and getting distracted with the game center, etc., we finally arrived at Books Kinokuniya, our main goal for today. And now we are in front of the manga section because they have such a huge manga selection, it doesn't all fit in the store, so they put it in front of the store. So we're at the section in the bookstore now where there are books for learning Japanese, and of course I also want to pick some up, and I want to start with looking for the quartet book, so let's do that. I have bad news, they don't have the quartet book, but I know they have them in the other outlet, so we have to go to the other bookstore afterwards. But I found some other books that I want to pick up. The shadowing book for learning to speak Japanese, and I heard a lot of people talk about this really highly, so I really want this one. And there's also another one. It's the 88 Basic Patterns for Japanese Conversation. I definitely also want to pick this up. And let's pick out the other box. I definitely want this one. It's the Shin Nihongo Gohyakumon book. I also had this for N4 and N5 and I really liked it. And I also want the Shinkansen grammar book for N5. And it's this one. The last books I want to pick up I got recommended by Jenny. And it's this one, the Ikemen Eikaiwa. And I think I will also pick this up. It's like sentences for around the clock, like what to say in the morning, what to say in the evening, etc. And this might be pretty beneficial for speaking. So we decided to go to the other bookstore today as well. And it's 9:45, so we have to hurry because we only have 50 minutes until they close. And I found the quartet book and it's right here. It's this one. And I also need the workbook. And there are also so many other books here.
Dear valued customers, you have 15 minutes left to enjoy a wide range of titles.
So we're finished book shopping and I will show you tomorrow what books I got. We're back at the hotel and it took us about 10 hours yesterday to do all the shopping, which I didn't expect because there were only a few shops I wanted to visit. But the problem was every shop was in a different mall and the malls in Bangkok are gigantic, really. Like Berlin is nothing compared to that. So we basically spent half of the time looking for the stores and only half of the time in the stores. First I will show you all the stationery I got and afterwards I will show you all the books. And to be honest, I wasn't a big fan of the stationery shops we went to. I didn't really like what they were offering. But the one I definitely loved was Moshi. I didn't know about the store before. The great thing about the shop is that everything seems to be really cheap. But it's definitely also good quality, which is a great combination, of course. First we went to the Moshi in the Siam Square one. This was a really small shop and I wasn't as impressed with the collection of stationery because they only had a really small stationery stand and they mostly had other things like bottles and plushies, and that's why I only got a few things. And the first thing I got is this memo pad. And it's so cute with the 3-colored dango. I also got a really plain daily to-do list. I actually got 2 for 20 baht. I also got another really cute notepad. And I really like the style of the things because I think they're really cute, but they're not too cute, if you know what I mean. And then later in the day we stumbled across another Moshi store by accident and I was really happy about it because this store had a lot more stationery and I went really crazy with buying a lot of things I probably don't need but wanted. First of all, I got this tote bag where I put all the things I bought inside, and then I got a little pouch because I wanted something where I can put all the cables in for traveling because I always have my phone cable lying around in my bag and I'm afraid that it breaks. And then I also got another pouch and it says every day is a new adventure, and I wanted to put my passport in here. Seemingly it should fit, but the zipper part is too small so I can't get it in, even though there's enough room in there for the passport, so it's a bit annoying and I have to find another use for that. I got a really cute correction tape. I got some eraser. And then a lot of notepads. So I got this one with a bear. Then I have this one also again with dango and it says just enjoy. And I also got a cute bunny one. And then I also got some stickers. First a sticker sheet with a little puck. Then a rabbit sticker sheet and also a little bear one. I also got the matching washi tape for all of them and you can't really see it on the front, but at the back it shows how it looks. I also got another washi tape with flowers and I don't think you can see it that well. but it says have a nice day, as it also says in the front. I got some little notebooks. I don't know if they are white inside or if they have lines because I can't read Thai, but it's a 3-pack of those notebooks and they're really small. Then I have 2 bigger notebooks and today is a good day. And the other one says, hello cutie, let's do something wonderful. That's everything I got from Moshi. And all of the things I showed to you I got for under 700 baht. After Moshi, we went to Loft and I have to say I was a bit disappointed by Loft because they didn't have a lot of cute stickers. And the Loft I went to in Japan, they really had a wide sticker selection and a lot of B-label stickers, for example. But yeah, they didn't have any, which I was a bit bummed about. But I also bought 1 pack of stickers. It's the panda sticker set. Afterwards, we went to the store Asian Books. And even though it is named Asian Books, there weren't a lot of Asian books in there. So at least not a lot of Japanese books. Like there were a few Thai books, but mostly books in English. So I don't know why the store is called that way. But they also had a little stationery section and I got 2 packs of stickers. Panda sticker and 1 fox sticker set. Today, we also went to another store which was called What? I don't know how they pronounce it. There wasn't a wide selection of stationery and the stationery they had was a little bit uninteresting. It looked more like children's stationery supplies. But they had some index sticker seals and I bought some of them. There are 144 pieces in there and at the back you can also see how to use it. Afterwards we went to Kinokuniya, which is a Japanese bookstore chain, and we first went to the one in the Central World because it has a bigger selection of Japanese books. And I also bought a little bit of stationery there, but not so much because at this point I saw so much stationery and I was really oversaturated and I already got so much at Moshi, so I didn't want to buy so much. But I have 3 things I bought, and the first thing is a campus notebook. And I wanted to get these for ages because I always see them on Instagram and I think they're really pretty. But I don't know if they are better than the Muji notebooks, which I really love. I heard someone say they are not as good as the Muji books, but I still wanted to try them and see for myself if I like them. It has 30 pages. Yeah, so it's quite thin and that's how it looks on the inside. Then I also got 2 mild liners, one in lilac and one in bright green. And now onto the books. I thought a lot about what books I wanted to buy, like probably too much. I was really unsure because there's just such a wide selection of books and I obviously didn't want to buy books that I don't end up using. So the first thing I did was to think about my goals. So what I want to achieve in the next year. And the first thing is that I want to become better at communicating because right now I'm not really good at listening. I'm definitely not good at speaking and I want to go to Japan next year in fall. And I heard from Operation Nihongo that she struggled a lot with understanding Japanese in Japan because it's so different from reading it in a textbook and also hearing it on an audio CD. So I thought I wanted to tackle this problem before it even occurs. So that's why I want to better my skills right now before I am in Japan so that I can enjoy my time there more, hopefully. And getting better at communicating means for me that I can better listen to what people are saying. Because right now when someone is talking to me in Japanese, I just freeze and I don't know what to say. So I also want to practice a lot more output and also to word my thoughts, word my feelings, so that I can get across what I really mean. Also, my second goal is to have more fun again with learning Japanese because I did have fun preparing for the JLPT, but it was of course a lot drier than doing immersion, for example. So I definitely want to take reading back on and I also want to watch a few dramas and movies for learning Japanese and also for seeing the things I already learned in context. And my third goal is to get started with the preparation for the JLPT N3. And I talked about this in my last video, but I'm not really planning on taking the JLPT next year, probably, but I still want to prepare for it. 1 year is just not enough time, for me at least, to prepare in a relaxed and fun way for the JLPT. And I'm gonna be in Japan next autumn. So I also didn't want to buy so many JLPT books, because if I continue studying for the JLPT when I'm in Japan, I don't want to take the books I bought here with me, and I don't want to rebuy them over there. So that's why I only wanted to buy a small amount of books for the JLPT N3 preparation. And with all those goals in mind, I made a little list that I took to the bookstore with me. And the first set of books I bought is the quartet one and also the matching workbook. And the quartet book focuses on reading, writing, listening and speaking. So exactly those things that I really want to learn. So I thought this was a great choice. Daniel, who also was in my JLPT video, he also decided on using the quartet book. So I hope that we can learn together a bit if we are using the same books. And there's also a YouTube channel that talks about all the chapters in the books and explains those a little bit more. And the name of the channel is Tukini Andy, I believe. That's also why I decided on this book. All the books are in plastic, which I didn't like because you can't look in there. So I really had to do my research before and I couldn't just go into the store and open the book, see if I liked how they looked. So this made it a little bit harder to choose the books, to be honest. The next book I got was the Nihongo Gohyakumon N3. I guess all of you could predict that I would get this one because I talked about the N4 and N5 version really highly and I'm really excited to use this book. And I also got one additional grammar book for the JLPT and it's the Shinkansen Master Bunko. I used the series before, but only the listening and the reading book for the JLPT N4, so I don't know how I feel about this yet. I heard a lot of conflicting things about this book. A lot of people say that the grammar points in there are grouped together based on similarity, which is really handy, but the differences between the similar grammar points are not as clearly explained. So sometimes there are two grammar points that are really similar and almost say the same, but there are different occasions when you would use them, but it doesn't say what those are, as far as I heard. And then again, a lot of people said a lot of other books don't really have enough exercises for grammar, especially for the JLPT. For example, the Try book, I was thinking about buying this one, but I also heard people complaining about the lack of exercises. So I settled on this one. I hope it's a good decision. We will see what I think about this in later videos. And yeah, those are all my new textbooks for learning Japanese. I don't think I bought too many. I also have the vocabulary book for the N3 from the Somatome series at home. So I also have one additional one for N3 that I didn't show here. And because one of my goals is to get better at communicating, I bought a lot of books that focus on that. And first of all, I bought the shadowing book. I heard a lot of things about this. And if you don't know what shadowing is, it's basically you listen to a dialogue, for example, and you write down what you're hearing. And that way you are supposed to become better at understanding Japanese, or at least deciphering what words they're saying. So I hope this will also work for me, we will see. And also from the same book series, I got this one. It's Nihongo Kaiwa 88 Basic Patterns for Japanese Conversation. And it says that you will master authentic spoken Japanese by learning 88 key sentence structures included in this book. Because I watch a lot of Japanese series, for example like Terrace House and Ainori, I sometimes struggle with what they are saying because they're using a lot of different grammar structures than I've learned in the textbooks before because it's more casual spoken Japanese. So I hope by using this book I will be able to learn a lot more of the spoken Japanese and understand those series a bit more. And with the shadowing book and also this book, you will get a CD, which is really handy, so you can listen to everything and not only read this. I'm really excited to use this and I will report how I like this in the future. And then I also got two phrase books. And the first one I was recommended by Jenny from Operation Nihongo. And it's this one. It's Ikemen e Kaiwa. And it's basically a book for Japanese people learning English. And in this book you get a lot of sentences that people use in their daily lives. For example, could you do me a favor? Can I come with you? I agree with you. So little things you could use in conversation. And because it's written in Japanese and in English, like basically everyone can use this book, no matter if you're learning Japanese or if you're learning English. And from the same line of books, I also got a second one. And it's the Asa Kara Ban Mare Ikemen Kaiwa Furezo. It's basically from morning to night, like phrases you would use on a daily basis, so it's basically even more sentences than in the first one. And then I also got some other books for reading, and the first one is the manga from Komi-san Can Communicate. I only got one volume because I don't know if it's too complicated for me to read as an N4 level Japanese learner, but I read the first page on the internet and it looked doable, so I have really high hopes for this. Then I got The Little Prince in Japanese. I don't know if this is too difficult for me, but I looked inside and all the kanji that were in there I was familiar with. I don't think it will be too hard. And there are also a few pictures in there, which is always really nice. And I don't know why this one isn't wrapped in plastic, but I was really happy because that way I was at least able to see if it's the right fit for me. And I also got a second book, and it's from Sumiko Gurashi. And I'm really interested in what this is about. To be honest, I was a bit lazy and I just grabbed it, looked at the kanji and was like, oh yeah, looks doable. So we will see. But I see a lot of riches at the back. So yeah, will probably be really cute. To be honest, I wanted to buy a lot more beginner books for reading, but I didn't find anything else that was interesting to me that wasn't too complicated. So I only got those 3 books. And usually there are also a lot of books for Japanese school kids, for example the Naze Doshite books, but there aren't also any of these, so this was a bit sad. But I think this is still enough for getting back into reading. And today we also went to Animate. And I looked at the manga section because my boyfriend looked for something else, and I wasn't intending on buying something, but I bought something. I saw this manga on Instagram quite a lot, and it's Oji-san to Neko. I think as far as I heard, this book is about like the Oji-san and the cat, and he picks up this cat from a pet store because no one else wanted this pet. I think. It's supposed to be a really cute story, so I thought, why not? This is my whole collection. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks like quite a lot and it's quite heavy. But the good thing is I still have a lot of room in my suitcase, and I think I can take another 10 kilos into my suitcase, so this will definitely fit in there. I will link all the books that I talked about in the description box, and if you want to buy some, you can of course buy them through those links and support my channel that way, but of course you don't have to. Now I'm interested in what books you are using. Please let me know in the comments below, and please also let me know if you've used any of the books that I bought and how you like them. Stop, I actually have 3 more books. I know I already bought quite a lot of books, but the day before I went home, I met up with Ray from Instagram, and she told me about a third Kinokuniya location that I haven't been to. And she told me that there's a huge variety of Japanese reading books, like a lot more than in the other 2 stores. And this was what I was missing in the other 2 stores. So I thought, okay, I really have to go there. Luckily, it wasn't far from our hotel. So I went there the day we left. But I only had 30 minutes to look through all the books, and there were so many. Like, it was ginormous. Like, the amount of Japanese books and manga, it was just really overwhelming, especially if you only have 30 minutes. So I just blazed through the whole store and just looked at everything quite quickly, especially the children books and also the books for beginners. And I bought 3 more books. And the first book I bought is actually not a book, but a manga, and it is this one. And it is the Koisuru Shirokuma Koromu. It's the first volume, and I think it looks really cute. I guess it's about a bear that's in love with a seal, but I'm not quite sure. The language looks really simple. There are also furigana next to the kanji, which is also quite handy for looking everything up. I only bought the first volume again because I wasn't sure if I really like it, and yeah, I didn't want to carry so much home, but I wanted to have a variety of things that I can read. And then I bought this one, and it is called Dobutsu no Kuni no Kyuseishu, and it's basically translated into Savior of the Animal Kingdom, which is right up my alley because I used to be an animal activist. It's classified as a children's book. The font is quite big, and there are also quite a lot of pictures, which is always nice, especially if you can't read everything that clearly. At least then you know what the story is kind of about. I'm looking really forward to get into this book. And the third and last book is a lot more complicated, and I don't think I will get into it this year, maybe next year after I read all the other books and my reading skills improved a lot more. And it's the Suzume no Tojimari. And some of you may have already watched the movie, but I haven't, so I'm not 100% sure what it is about, only I know it's a door that leads to an adventure, but that's all I know. But I also loved Your Name, so I thought it can't be that bad if everyone raves about it and likes it. So yeah, I bought this book, but this is a lot thicker than all the other books and the font is so small. So I don't think I will read it soon. And I also have the Your Name book from also this publisher. This publisher makes more complicated stories easier to read for beginners, but I would still say it's in the intermediate category of books. And now those are really all the books that I bought. I went to 3 Kinokuniyas. The first one I went to was in the Siam Paragon Center, and this one was, I think, the one with the least amount of Japanese books, or at least there wasn't a huge collection of Japanese books, especially not reading books. There were quite a few for learning Japanese, but I wasn't able to find every book I was looking for. So only the basic ones, like the Shinkansen Master, for example. So they only had the most popular books there. And then I went to the one in the Central World Shopping Center, and there they had a lot more books for learning Japanese. And they also had a few books from like this publisher, and also a few children's books, but I wasn't really impressed with the variety of reading books they had there. And then the third location, which I have forgot the name of, but I will put it here on the screen. There they didn't really have Japanese learning books. Most of them I didn't recognize, like I've never seen them before, so it was a really random selection. But again, the books for reading and manga, etc., it was gigantic. So if you're looking for reading books, definitely go there. This was my recommendation for bookstores in Bangkok also. And thank you so much for watching. If you know someone who could benefit from this video, please share it with them. And once I've done the video on how I started reading in Japanese, I will put it here. And otherwise, before that, I will put other videos here for learning Japanese. So feel free to check them out. And if you don't want to miss the videos on how I started reading in Japanese and also how I take Japanese notes, please subscribe. And thank you so much for watching till the end, and I will see you in my next video next Sunday. Bye bye!